Getting in shape will change your life, and not just because it makes you sexier to people you want to sleep with, but it teaches you important skills like consistency, patience, and learning to grind even when you don't want to. And this year, my focus is on building as much muscle as I can. So in this video, I want to show you what my training looks like. I want to give you a physique update, and I want to give you a peek behind the curtain into some personal goals I'm working on as well. My coach, who I just hired, who's a natural bodybuilding pro, has asked me to film a short video diary each week and send him an update just so he can see how things have been going. And I thought I might as well share this stuff on YouTube with you as well. So I've got a coffee, I've got my training footage and some physique footage pulled up, and we're gonna go over it together so you can see what this all looks like. I also hired a business mentor recently who runs a multi-million-dollar personal training business, who's coaching me on the business side of things, which is a personal goal of mine. Jay and I want to start a family someday, and unlike most personal trainers, I'll be straight up with you. I'm running a business here. I personally love the business side of things. I think it's really exciting. I love making free content and helping people is great, but working one-on-one with people and getting them coaching is, I think, ultimately the most transformative way I can help folks. So selling is not something I'm afraid of, and that's why you see me sell on the channel. But without further ado, let's jump right into this. I can't give you away the full training plan right away because I would feel bad giving away the coach's whole spreadsheet in the program, but over the coming weeks, you'll see what my exercises look like, and you can start to put it all together. So I'm gonna start the screen recording here in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, cool. So let's start with the physique update because that'll give you kind of a little bit of insight into where I'm coming from. So I just finished a solid fat loss diet. And at this point, I'm sitting around 166 pounds. 5'9", so 175 centimeters. I don't know what this is in kilos, but this is just kind of where my body's at in very honest lighting. Pretty lean. Yeah, I like where I'm at. I'm stoked with the progress that I've made. Honestly, if younger me, 18 years old, or honestly even 21 years old, were to see this, I would be fired up. I would be unbelievably stoked. I'd think I look like a superhero. And honestly, sometimes I can't believe that my body looks the way it does after being Fateo my whole life instead of Mateo and always being the fat guy in my family. This is fucking nuts to me. Like, this is absolutely crazy. There are still some things that I want to work on. My shoulders I do really want to bring up. My arms I do really want to bring up. I think my legs are just way, way bigger than they really need to be, but I still want to grow them. But just from powerlifting and focusing on driving that 500-pound squat, I think my quads grew a lot. And my back, my shoulders, my arms didn't really get as much work as they ultimately needed. So based on Dirk's recommendation, the coach who I just hired, he's like, Leo, let's just gain for a whole year. So you're gonna see me just in a surplus for the next year, no calorie deficit unless it's maybe a short little cleanup phase. But the goal is basically to get up to like 180 pounds over the course of the next year into, April, May of next year. So a big full-on gain. He actually said a year and a half. That frightens me, but it is what it is. So that's kind of where things are at body-wise. I've got a lot of room to grow here. I'm comfortable gaining fat from here because I've got a lot of space where I can, gain into and not be uncomfortably soft. Right, this looks even crazier in the gym when I get a pump right now, especially when you're lean. I find the pumps just look absolutely insane. The vascularity is crazy. It's actually blowing my mind. So that's where we're at physique-wise. And now I'm just gonna let some training footage play and we'll talk about that. So I'm training 5 days per week right now. Coach has me down from 6 days per week, which I have been doing for the past, I don't know, 2.5, 3, maybe more years. So we're down to 5 days a week, which ideally should give me a little bit more room to recover in between those sessions and push a little bit harder on each of the sessions that I do have. Especially with me inserting some extra jiu-jitsu training into my week. I think that extra recovery goes a long way. It's shocking to me just how demanding jiu-jitsu is, especially on the lower body, I find. Yes, pressing and pulling happens a lot, but I think especially in no-gi, and obviously I'm not an expert in jiu-jitsu, but especially in no-gi, the lower body is really involved, especially for someone like me who feels a little bit more comfortable doing the guard play stuff. So this is day 1 of my program. It is specifically focused on arms and shoulders because they are a priority for me, which means they come earlier in the week. And in this case, they're actually getting their very own day. So I've got an arm and a shoulder day happening. You can see that I did that front delt incline press. It's not really focused on the chest. It's a little bit more vertical. So it's right in between a shoulder press and an incline press. And it really just targets that front delt. I love it. I think it feels pretty good. And then we go into some more lateral raises just to target the side delt more, because you can really just never have enough of that meaty side delt. And on these bad boys, I'm doing 10 to 15 reps straight to failure. So you'll see that I just keep on cooking until I can't get my arms even to parallel. And then I do a few more partials of just the bottom half of the range of motion. And I find with exercises like this, laterals, curls, push downs, even a lot of machine-based stuff, you can just push it straight to failure and beyond, because it doesn't really fatigue you all that much. And you just get so much more out of it. Like if I were to just stop when I can't do another full rep, it feels now like I'm missing out on a huge amount of training for my arms and my shoulders specifically. So little cross-body cable lateral here, which hits the shoulder from a little bit of a different angle. And something about this just seems to fill in the gaps that I can't get with a dumbbell lateral raise. A dumbbell lateral raise feels like I'm just pounding with a hammer, a big mallet, and you know, doing a really gross adjustment. But these feel like I'm working with a scalpel or like a tiny little screwdriver where I'm just absolutely cooking that delt. Especially, I think what's cool with these is you can load up the shoulder in a stretched position, whereas with the dumbbell, when it's down by your side, there's no real tension on the side delt. Conversely with these, as you can see, when my hand is down here next to the cable, that's when tension is actually very, very high because it's still pulling in sideways. I'll skip over this so you don't have to watch 8 minutes of me doing laterals. Okay, then we're getting into some spider curls, and these are very cool. I've never really done shortened focus exercises, meaning it's hardest where, you know, the bicep is in the shortened position, kind of like this spider curl. But I love the feeling of it. That squeeze tension I get out of this is crazy on my biceps. And even though this is a little bit more volume than I'm normally used to doing on my biceps, in this session, I was just shocked by how cooked my biceps got. I did something, I forget exactly how many sets of biceps I did here in this session. I think 6 or 7. And oh my God, my biceps were sore for like 3 or 4 days on day 1 here on Monday. So yeah, this is super effective. Really enjoying this. And again, doing a couple partials beyond failure. As you can see here, I don't get it all the way up, but I go for a couple more. Super productive session. This here you can see my 70-year-old gym bro, Bowden, who loves to just chat me up in the gym, man. He loves to talk. He loves to tell me stories. Here he is just putting his booty right in front of the camera. And about halfway through, I was like, yo, man, can you move to the side, please? I'm just trying to film this. He's a super nice guy. He's really chatty. I think he's just retired and loves to chat. This Meadows curl or leaning incline curl is really nice. Feels like an incline curl, except since that elbow is supported, the elbow can't drift backwards, and you just get this really nice load through the bicep. It's super stable since your arm can't swing back and forth. Just cooks my arms like crazy, man. Honestly, loving being back on board with a coach so far. I've been self-coaching for the last 20-something weeks. And I just think coaching is so fucking awesome. Having spaces to just insert all my training, someone to submit a video to and let them know how things are going with my food, my workouts, etc. It's huge. I love it. I love the accountability aspect of it. I love the course correcting and guidance nature of it. And a real similarity that I found that I benefit both from, you know, the bodybuilding coach and the business coach side of things is I have a personal tendency to want to fuck with things all the time. I want to adjust the plan. I want to do a bit more. I want to do a bit less. I want to switch this exercise. I want to, you know, try out this type of video or this or whatever. And a lot of the time, what coaching does for me is just having someone experienced be like, look, what you're doing is actually working great. You don't need to change anything. All we need to do is just do a better job of what you're doing right now, do more of it, or do it for longer, or a combination of all three. And I think ultimately that's what sets people apart, success-wise, in life, in fitness, whatever. The people who are exceptional just continue to push. They just continue to do a good job on a daily basis for an extended period of time. And they focus on what works and what moves the needle and forget about the rest. That's something I see with my clients, with my business, with my fitness, everything across the board. It's just about focused effort for an extended period of time. Overhead extensions, again, doing a couple partials beyond failure on these bad boys. Absolutely love that exercise. I think it's completely fantastic. Super love it. I also did push downs in this session, which we didn't quite see. I don't know why I didn't get that in this video. But yeah, that's the day one arm day. After that, I did a lower body day, which made my quads so unbelievably sore, I could barely walk the next day. So it's maybe a bit much for week one, but it is what it is. Next week, I will bring up the training footage for the day two, and we'll look at some lower body stuff, and we will just keep on going. So far, energy is great, feeling excited, making lots of videos, and life is good, guys. Really stoked to see where this year goes. I can feel some momentum building already. Honestly, I'm so fucking excited to wake up every single day and come down here, make videos, train, coach my clients, spend time with Jay, spend time with my dog Kiba. Life is just really fucking good, and I'm excited to see where we go with this. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here, and I feel honestly very grateful for it. By the way, last week we posted a super in-depth how to build muscle while losing fat, step-by-step guide, literally everything you need to know in order to get started. So make sure you watch that video next if you need a crash course on how to get your ass in shape. Again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.